This video is for HI number 5 and also applies to HI number 6 because you are doing the same for both of them, which is to build your academic resources for this historical investigation. Just a reminder, please use your resources, the previous materials I've given you, the packet, and even doing some further research. And also, please pay attention and follow all steps in the directions. Each step was intentionally put in there to help you most effectively complete this part of the assignment. So overall, what are you doing for assignment number 5 is you're adding to your RRR, your running resource research list, and then you're also creating an annotated bibliography, which means you're not just listing the sources, but you're deciding what is helpful to you about them. So make sure you're continuously adding to your RRR, which was an assignment in Google Classroom that I put in there about maybe 6-ish weeks ago. And what you're going to do is then, after narrowing down on your running resource research list, you will go ahead and pick the top 3 sources that you want to further evaluate and complete an annotated bibliography for. Usually an annotated bibliography is a paragraph, but what we're going to do is just fill out a chart. Now, you're going to need eventually 2 primary sources. I would aim for at least 1 in this assignment and then 1 in assignment number 6. For your HI, you need 6 to 8 academic sources. You've already found 1. For this assignment, you're finding 3, and then you will find about 2 to 4 more for the next assignment. And the reason I'm having you do it broken up this way is so that way I can check in on how you do with assignment or sources on assignment number 5, and then I can offer suggestions and give feedback on that. This is also how you can go ahead and access EBSCO at home in case you do not know. And I'm just going to run through the assignment. So the first step is to continuously be adding to your RRR, which you can find as an assignment on Google Classroom. All you're doing is tracking the major information like the hyperlink to the source, the author, the source title name, and then quick bullet points of why it's helpful to you. You never know when you might need to go back to a source or really look over in this column for what information am I missing. This can tell you because you'll be able to start seeing what information you have a lot of and what you need to find. So now some tips and tricks for researching. Every year I have students say Miss McKeon, I can't find sources about this topic. And a big part of it, and the same advice I make sure to give, is you got to mix up your keyword lists. This is exactly why I had you complete your Google pre-search, finding all of those key terms, plug those in. Just adding a different who or a what or a where or a when can greatly open up the possibilities. When I was doing the researching for sources for the 10.4.1 writing assignment, by just adding the name Wilson in, it opened up a plethora of sources that didn't pop up originally. So make sure you vary up those sources. Also, you might have to focus on just a piece of the puzzle. Every source you find is not going to perfectly answer everything you need for your HI question. You're going to have to build the pieces together. So if you're looking at the causes, and one of the causes is the sinking of the USS Maine, maybe you research that, and then on the next one you take that out and you plug in something else such as yellow journalism. That way you are piecing together the puzzle. Also, if at this point you're really struggling to find sources, that might be a sign that you need to alter your topic a bit. Not totally, but just adjust it based on the research that you're finding. If it's a struggle now, it's going to just continue to be more and more of a struggle as you look to find more sources and then have to write an answer to your question. Let the research guide you to the question and to your ultimate answer. Also, a logistical research tip. What I suggest you do is open up tabs. Once you do the search and you have the results list, most of you are probably opening a source, looking at it, analyzing it. What I suggest you do instead is look at the results list and then you open up a tab and then look back at the results list and then open up a tab. So then you're filtering it out to potentially useful sources on a very surface level. And then once you have all those tabs open, then you can look through at a more in-depth level. You're just filtering it and spreading it out. So these are my logistical tips and tricks about how to research, making sure that you are, of course, adding to your RRR and saving those sources. Then what you're going to do is after you have all those sources on your RRR, you're going to pick your top 3, remembering to probably pick at least 1 primary at this point so I can offer you that feedback. What you're going to do for each of the sources is fill out an annotated bibliography chart. Title, author, Then you're going to perform the CRAP test. Now, you do not need to perform it as thoroughly as this worksheet shows, but what you're just doing is like running through generally, like, is it current? Is it relevant? Does it have authority and credibility? Is it accurate? Does it serve a purpose that serves my purpose? And so these are some questions to guide. If you notice, I made the box pretty tiny. You're just jotting down some major points to decide if the source is worth it. Then what you need to do is find the author's argument. Or if they don't necessarily have an argument because it's more informative, you need to find the author's overall point behind the investigation and what they're trying to inform about. Please make sure to paraphrase this. Do not just copy verbatim from the source, because that doesn't mean you understand it. By paraphrasing it, it shows you understand it, which is helpful to me to help you, and also helpful to you in finding your argument. Then what you're going to do is find 3 pieces of evidence that you find helpful, making sure to write what page number of the source they're coming from, paraphrase the evidence again to show that you understand it. And now, why are we doing this? We're doing this because what you're going to do is eventually have this for all of your sources. Then you're going to start being able to visually see the main ideas. Where are things coming up a lot? Where are things not coming up a lot? What might I need to find more research on? And this is going to help building you to your essay outline. You're going to do that for your 3 sources. Then you're going to fill out your reflection journal, making sure to be specific to the historical topic that you are looking at. If you have questions, send me a message on Remind.